Have you ever wondered how to keep your front end updated while your back end is busy processing? It can be a bit tricky, but don't worry. Today we're going to tackle how to notify your front end from the back end when a file upload is finished. I totally get it. You want to provide a smooth user experience, especially when it comes to file uploads. It's frustrating when users are left in the dark, waiting for something to happen. You're definitely not alone in this. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, what is the best way to notify the front end that the upload has finished? They want to implement a loading bar to enhance the user experience. Sound familiar? Let's dive into the solution. So, what's the best way to notify the front end? When using Multer for file uploads, you can use WebSockets or server-sent events to send real-time updates to the front end. This way, your users will know exactly when their upload is complete. And stick around. I have a bonus tip at the end that will help you enhance your loading bar even further. To notify the front end when the file upload is finished, the user can use WebSockets for real-time communication. First, they need to install the Socket.io library on both the server and the client. Next, the user should set up Socket.io on the server side. This involves requiring the library and initializing it with the HTTP server. Now, the user can emit a message from the server when the upload is finished. This is done inside the finish event of the stream. On the front end, the user should set up a Socket.io client to listen for the upload finished event. This will allow them to update the loading bar accordingly. Finally, the user should test the implementation to ensure that the front end receives the notification when the upload is complete. They can do this by uploading a file and observing the loading bar. Fun fact, the first file upload ever was done in 1965. Can you imagine how far we've come since then? Now, we can notify users in real time. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using WebSockets to notify the front end when the upload is finished. They recommend using Socket.io for this purpose. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative approach suggests using Socket.io for notifying the front end. However, be cautious, as Socket.emit broadcasts messages to all connected clients. Instead, you should store the client ID of the uploader and send notifications only to that specific client. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative approach suggested by a user is to use sockets for communication between the backend and front end. They recommend using the Socket.io library. On the server side, you can emit a done event with the command socket.emit_done. On the client side, you can listen for this event using socket.un function data. Do something with data. This allows you to notify the front end when the file upload is finished. Here's that bonus tip I promised. Consider adding a progress bar that updates in real time as the file uploads. This can be done by sending progress updates through the WebSocket connection. And there you have it. You now know how to notify your front end when a file upload is finished. Implementing this will greatly enhance your user experience. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.